Good morning, fifth graders. I hope your day is off to a great start. I have some exciting news for you because as I was looking at our lesson today, lesson 159, counting today, we are 5 lessons away from the new concepts for the end of the year. So 5 more lessons and you will have finished your math book other than just review. So you're so close to finishing up 5th grade and rounding that off, and you're doing a great job. I know it's not been easy to try to do this from home. There are so many other things that are vying for your attention, but hang in there, keep giving your best, and before you know it, this will be behind you and you can look back and say, well, the year ended differently than I had planned, but it wasn't so bad. We got through it. Today we're talking about repeating decimals. Now I pulled out the balloon chart once again so I can show you the difference between a decimal that terminates and a decimal that repeats. So 1/2 equals 5/10, 1/4 equals 25 hundredths, 3/4 equals 75 hundredths. Do you remember the tip that I gave you for those? Think about them as money problems. A fourth of a dollar, a half of a dollar, 3/4 of a dollar. All 3 of these will be what we call terminating decimals. So that simply means they have no remainder. And these are examples of terminating decimals. 1/5 is 2/10, 2/5 is 4/10, 3/5 is 6/10, 4/5 is 8/10. These also are terminating decimals. Now obviously they have more behind that decimal, but they still terminated. They had no remainder. Then we get to the 3rd column. These are called repeating decimals. 1/3 equals 3/10 repeating. That's how we would say that. 2/3 equals 6/10 repeating. 1/6 equals 16 hundredths repeating. Notice, in this one, only the 6 repeats, not the 1, but just the 6. If I was to divide that problem out, I would do it like this. 6 divides into 1.00. We know 6 goes into 10 1 time with 4 left over. 6 goes into 40 6 times because 6 times 6 is 36 with 4 left over. 6 times with 4 left over. So the 1 didn't repeat. The 6 does repeat. And you put a line over the number or numbers that repeat. 5 6 equals 83 hundredths repeating. That's the repeating decimal. That means no matter how long I divide that problem, it will never terminate. It will repeat. And sometimes your book will say to round it, and sometimes it will ask you to show it in this particular way. Now, you have a few more fraction decimal equivalents along with the ones you had yesterday to memorize. So I encourage you to do that. Now look at number 1. This is kind of a neat section because on these particular fractions, when you have 9 as the denominator, the numerator is the answer repeating. So 1/9 is 0.1 repeating. 2/9 is 0.2 repeating. 3/9 is 0.3 repeating. And for some reason, it just works out that way when 9 is the denominator. So those are kind of fun because you can just zip through those problems. 5/9, 0.5 repeating. 6/9, 0.6 repeating. So that will be something that will be easy for you. Now, section 2, take your time because they're going to try to throw some tricks in there. There are actually a total of 6 that are incorrect. Only 6. Can you find the right ones? Now, for example, letter A, 3/4 is 75 hundredths. Okay, if you've forgotten, I flip back. Boom, right there it is. I know that one's correct, so I don't fill in the bubble. 1/6, it says equals 0.133. Look up at today's box. No, it says 1/6 is 0.16 repeating. Fill in that bubble. That one is incorrect. Now, I want to draw your attention to letter K. I started it for you. Now they're saying 5 6 equals 83 hundredths repeating. And if you go fast, you might think that one is correct. But a diligent, sharp student will say, wait up, there's something wrong about that. Because look, 5 6, they're saying is 83 hundredths repeating, but when I do the division, not the 8 repeats, only the 3. So that is incorrect. Do you see how tricky that can be? So slow down. What about this one? 3/11. This is letter N. They're saying that 0.27 repeats. But when I work out the math, look what I'm getting, 0.27, 27, 27. It's actually both the 2 and the 7. So that one is wrong too. So I've given you 3 of the wrong answers. How many more do you need to find? All right, 3 more. Now, once you get through that section, you've got a bit of rounding to do, and then you're to review, so it shouldn't be too hard for you today, guys. Hopefully you're watching the videos and getting these good tips. I hope you'll have a great day, and I will see you soon.